Well, hello there. So I am in Malaysia right now for literally one day. The purpose of me being here is honestly just so that I can go back to Thailand and get a different visa so that I can get another different visa for my job. Yeah, lots of traveling for just one simple little thing. But today I decided to go ahead and share with you guys some tips on how to travel solo, because I seem to be doing quite a bit of that this year, and a lot of it is like unexpected traveling. So I've kind of definitely just had to learn along the way, and so I'm just gonna pass on some tips for you guys so that when you are ready to travel solo, you'll be feeling great. The number one thing that I've learned is that every time you go somewhere, that experience is going to be completely different than the experience before, or even before that. What I mean is, for example, at the airport, every time you land, the chances of your whole routine of things being the same every time you get off the plane and go through the airport, or even just for it going as expected, the chances are pretty slim. I feel like every time I get off a plane, what I have to do and where I have to be it's always different. It's always changing, and yeah. Anyway, who cares about that? Let's move on to, the reason for whatever reason you clicked on this video, which is the how to travel solo tips. So tip number 1, confidence. Oh my gosh, confidence. How the heck are you supposed to travel if you're not even confident that you can actually do it? If it's your first time traveling solo, I would honestly go around, talk to your friends and family, get some advice, and also, this is kind of touching on a different tip that I'm going to talk about, but mentally prepare yourself. It'll help with the confidence. Which leads me into tip number 2, mentally prepare yourself. What I personally do is I put myself in every possible situation that I might find myself in, and I just prepare myself for that. I ask myself, how will I feel in each situation, and what will I do to get past it and to just face it head on. Basically, I'm brainstorming ahead of time for any possible disasters that might come my way. And to be completely honest, some of the scenarios will most likely happen. You can't be afraid of that, because if you push that away, then it's gonna end up being a worse experience when you find yourself actually there in the moment, in the situation, than if you just face it beforehand, you accept that it's going to happen, and you start to mentally prepare yourself so that when it does happen, you are totally ready to just get rid of it, get it done and over with. But I would say most of all, face the things that you are scared or really worried about, because I totally believe that facing your fears, that is how you're going to get over it. So if something is really stressing you out, just face it. Don't be afraid, just do it. Tip number 3, don't be afraid to talk to people. Make friends, ask questions if you need to. I used to think that I wasn't allowed to ask questions. I thought that meant that I wasn't ready to be out on my own. But I don't really know why I thought that, because that's definitely not the case. You should be asking questions, because it's better to ask questions and get information right than to just be like, oh, well, I need to be all confident and I need to keep my pride and not ask questions and just figure this out on my own, and then most likely getting the information wrong. Tip number 4, have entertainment ready. Especially if you have a very long trip ahead of you, make sure you do yourself a favor and you download that music, you download the movies and podcasts and all the iBooks and anything that will entertain you so that you're not bored out of your mind and sitting there wondering, why did I just not take some time to download something so that I could be out of misery right now? But for this trip that I am on right now, I actually decided to unplug. I didn't download anything, And so I actually wasn't on my phone at all except to get flight information or to get hotel information or to text my family. But other than that, I totally unplugged, disconnected. I just wanted to see what it was like to not constantly have earbuds in. So it was just really nice. This whole trip, I was really just in the moment and enjoying everything. So that's also something that you can do. And tip number 5, be aware of when you are alone. So if you have to go somewhere alone, other than, just traveling alone, but if you have to go somewhere like get in a taxi where it's just you and the driver, or you are walking around, even if it's not nighttime, and I definitely want to stress that just because the sun is out does not mean that you are magically safe from everything. So when you are in situations where you are truly alone, be smart and be very, very aware that you are alone. Another thing that I want to stress and make very clear is to never let your guard down. Something that I've noticed is that it's kind of easy when you're in a different country to listen to the stereotypes of like, oh, these people in this country are so sweet, they are the nicest people you will ever meet. And it's kind of easy to like believe that and then forget that there's still bad people in the world. There are bad people everywhere you go. Like, I hate to say this because that's such a sad thing, but there are bad people everywhere you go. And you have to be aware at all times and understand that you are alone. Like right now, I'm in Malaysia. I am alone. Tip number 6. Safe and smart accommodation. The number one thing to consider about wherever you are sleeping for the night is how you feel about it. If for some reason you don't feel safe or just something feels off about it and like your gut is just telling you no, listen to that. Go find somewhere else to stay because it's not worth chancing that. Even if like you would have been okay, listen to your gut feeling just to be on the safe side because your safety is what is most important. All right. I don't know why I just did that. Those are all my tips. I really hope that they helped. Happy traveling and please be safe, guys. Just don't forget that you can be selfish and you can be safe and you can be confident and all of those beautiful things. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not and like this video. I will see you later.